Hey guys, so crazy banner weekend if you are really into GvG, and honestly, while it might not seem like a lot, consider we've been having a lot of crazy banners recently, and this is kind of a rerun, and it's also something with no normal banners. This is actually a really good banner week, and I also have to say certain things to go towards a little bit of a leak video I will doing in the future. So I'll give you guys a bit of a teaser on that to kind of influence the should you summon that I will be talking about today. Do you want a break from the ads? Oh wait, that's the wrong ad read. Sorry. This video is sponsored by smileone. So smileone is the official third-party payment platform for the game and has quite a few benefits for you to use them. So number one and the big one is that you get a permanent discount on all W gold you buy. W gold then being used to buy stuff in game, so you're overall saving money compared to buying it in the game. And then you also get some benefits, like there is going to be a top-up event from the 2nd to the 12th of August, where you can get rewards based on certain milestones that you reach. And if you want to support me, then you can click my affiliate links down below. As you can see right here, we have the thing open. You just click my links, go over here, and then you can buy whatever, and it helps me out a little bit. Thank you to smileone for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the rest of it. But let's just get into currently the meat of the weekend, which is the special ancient summoning. So before I get into it, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm very tired. This epic challenge has been taking a lot of energy out of me. I have not slept properly in like 5 days, but I gotta get a video out, so we're gonna get this done. And this is honestly just a really good banner. So to go into it pretty quickly, not to waste any time at all, Cyrus is the Lord of the banner. And Cyrus is probably one of the most underrated lords and is still very highly regarded because Cyrus is just one of the best lords in the game. He's easily the best tank in the game. That is irrefutable, especially for GvG, which is what the theme of this banner is. And Cyrus is just amazing. So to kind of summarize his kit a little bit, I don't want to get into it too much, but basically he's probably the best hybrid unit in the game. He does AoE damage to multiple tiles. As you can see, the range is kind of insane, especially for a fighter. And he actually does a lot of good damage when you build him right. And he has ridiculous range. And then his ultimate is pretty important and a little bit complicated, so let me try to explain it as best I can. He essentially summons a skeleton fighter a tile ahead of him. If he already has one ahead of him, he will do it 2 tiles ahead of him, so he can have 2 skeletons out at the same exact time. And he also increases his attack speed and also damage. So this is a very cheap ultimate. You're going to be getting this out a ton. And the really interesting thing about this the skeleton fighter is when he summons it, it actually absorbs some of the damage that Cyrus takes. So for GvG, it's really good to put Cyrus and face him away so that when he summons the skeletons, they don't get attacked by the demon soldiers that are attacking Cyrus. So Cyrus gets hit, and the skeletons will distribute the damage and make it so Cyrus is like impossible to kill. It's ridiculous. But I'll elaborate a bit more on that type of thing in the future. Lord of the Undead is exactly what I'm talking about. 40% goes up to 60% of incoming damage will be absorbed by the hero's summons. When the hero receives fatal damage, one of the summons will be sacrificed to resist the damage, which is really ridiculous. Basically, he's just summoning them over and over again. And keep in mind, with his Lord skill, he's going to get even cheaper cost on his ultimate. And when they're out, he just can't die. like that's really all it is. When the HP is the hero summons below 50%, increases his attack speed by 60 and damage by 30%. Really good. And then partially really good because the attack speed increase also makes it so he summons his skeletons more, keeping him alive even more. His talent is immediately summons a skeleton warrior, which is a stronger version of his ultimate, within 2 tiles ahead when deployed. And his Lord skill is very good. Has the normal stuff, which is reduced faction team members skill cost by 25%, making him also put out skeleton fighters more often. And then whenever an ally is defeated or retreats, it includes summons, it includes Laurel, it includes literally anything. Increases the damage of other faction team members by 25% for 8 seconds. Really, really, really good. So Cyrus is ridiculous. Easily one of the best lords in the game. The best tank for Guild v Guild. The best tank in the game for everything else. Sure, Unyielding might be more valuable in like Gear Dungeon 2, for example, but Cyrus undoubtedly is the best tank of the game. Now we go to a true Guild v Guild unit, and that is Urin. Urin is only usable in about 2 areas in the end game. Obviously, if you're early game, Urin will definitely help with a lot of things. Urin, to summarize it a lot faster than I summarized Cyrus, the main things to know are 1, he has 2 range, 2, he does magic damage, and 3, he is really complicated. So first of all, chaotic, cultist, decent faction, especially for being chaotic, means that he does more damage when he is low HP. The main things are he used to be the most overhyped unit in the game because he read like the best unit ever conceived, and then proceeded to be kind of hot garbage. But the things are, when the ultimate is cast, basic attack turns into a stronger version. All that stuff. His ultimate can go from all the way up to 200% rage. So if you get double the ult, he will then get a stronger version. As you can see, it cleaves in a very, very large area. He also has unyielding and execute in certain parts of his skills. And that's basically all there is to Urin. So the 2 areas he's good in is 1, he is amazing in Conqueror Codex. He's very, very good. You'll see him a lot because of his high damage output when he has that 200%. It's hard to get that in a lot of other areas of the game. Now, the other thing is, if you look at his base stats are very high. And Urin has the highest BP in the game. And if you know anything about Guild v Guild, the higher your BP, the better. So if you care about Guild v Guild, if you're in a top whatever Guild v Guild, a top whatever guild in Guild v Guild, you want your BP to be as high as possible. And Urin is the avenue to get there. Urin A0 can get well over 112k BP with the right gear. My Urin can get to about, 110k, and I don't even have that great gear. Urin's very, very good for BP, but that's really all you're really going to use him for. So keep that in mind. Definitely pull on it if you really, really care about Guild v Guild, just because of Urin, not also including the best tank for it, and also one of the best other units for it. The Praetus teams are all the rage right now, mostly because Pelagios, Praetus, Constance, Brokir, and then whatever else flex unit. Pelagios is the backbone of those teams. If you care about Guild v Guild once again and you have Praetus, definitely go for him. If you do not have him, his main areas where he really, really excels is really any AoE magic content or AoE marksman content. He does a bit of both. He doesn't do piercing damage, which makes him a bit worse for stuff like Gear 3, but he does still work. But his main things are he's really, really good in Furious Torrent, the water stage or whatever. And then he is also really, really good in Guild v Guild, like I mentioned. Those are the main areas where he is amazing. I have him. I really like using him. He's a lot of fun. He's very RNG dependent, which kind of sucks. But essentially, he has a lot of true damage, a lot of radiant erosion. He can actually be used for speed clearing Gear 2 because although it takes a while and he's not as fast as Praetus, he can definitely do what Praetus does, just quite a bit slower, getting about the same result. And then he also has a lot of, true damage he puts out, big burst damage, and a lot of radiant erosion. And that's essentially all he is. He's just a good DPS. Definitely a very, very good hero. And also a really good hero to kind of cap out this insanely good banner. Now, the banner, I would rate it pretty highly if you like Guild v Guild. If you don't like Guild v Guild, it is still worth pulling. But that brings me to what we have in the future. So, for the normal banners, wait until the video I will post tomorrow. I will have a video tomorrow going over all of the banners, and I want to leave it a surprise because one of the heroes, honestly, 4 of the banners of the 4 banners are kind of insane banners that you're gonna wanna know about because holy are they good, and it's insane. So That's gonna be absolutely crazy. Definitely watch the video I will be posting tomorrow. But the main thing, honestly, is the ancient banners when we're talking about should you summon this week. And number one, we will be having Solkaden's Eunomia banner pretty soon. I'm pretty sure it is the next one, right after this one. So that is coming pretty soon. Solkaden's being very fun, but I would still say that Cyrus overall is a bit, more interesting to kind of pull for if you care about GvG Guild. If you do not, Solkaden's is more fun. That does depend on your account after all. And then before the Solkaden's Eunomia banner is Hars and Ardea. So if you do not have Ardea, it does make this banner look a little worse. So if you do want Ardea and you're okay with risking your Lord Pity or you're just pulling Hars, who is one of my least favorite heroes, purely because of what I keep seeing people do with him, because he seems kind of bad. Has probably the worst awakenings out of any legendary in the game. It's real bad. But Ardea is the strongest fighter in the game, undoubtedly, and she's very, very strong. So that's definitely a good person to go for. So just keep that in mind in your decision making. I will say, if you care about GvG Guild, I know I sound like a broken record, but it is true, then go for this one. Otherwise, go with whatever you would like. So, but yeah, so that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the leak videos I have coming soon. There are 3 new fully finished characters in the game, which I will be talking about in the next week or so. And I also have all of the banner stuff coming pretty soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's good to be back. So thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate you all, and Destined signing out.